Hey guys, how's everybody doing this morning? Hope everyone had a great night. We were up late on my Discord debating, or not really late, but debating the politics and stuff. Now we don't talk politics on the Discord. I made a new rule today: no politics during when it's daylight outside. Politics only at night because it interferes with the market talk too much. But and plus we're pretty friendly. We try to keep. Our discussions so far have been polite and haven't devolved the way that the nation's discussions have. And we use the rule, the Thanksgiving dinner rule. We approach it as if we're at Thanksgiving dinner with a relative we disagree with. We show them the same amount of respect that we show in our Discord, right? All right. Well, anyway, if you guys aren't in my Discord yet, what are you doing? Get in there, right? There's an invite for you right there. All right. So I don't have anything to talk about this morning. So you guys have any questions? No, but the market's getting ready to open here in 3 minutes. So the market will give us something to talk about. So let's see what's going on. I guess let's talk about the market. Let's talk about the market. But yeah, I think that because politics are so entwined with our culture nowadays, that I just don't want the Discord to devolve like that. So during the daytime, I wrote the rule, but in just case anyone's watching, during the daytime, we'll keep it professional. If we have to mention politics, we just mention exactly how it affects the market. But then at nighttime, I think we can open up the debate to kind of get in the issues a little deeper. I think that's good. All right. But we stayed up late talking about tariffs. So if you are on my Discord, I have a new room called "Tariffs Are a Beautiful Thing." Didn't Trump say that, or they're a beautiful word? I was trying to think of something funny to say. I don't know. Anyway, hey, I got this off Zero Hedge. I guess this is kind of what got it started off last night, I posted this morning too. But so this overlays a chart of 2018, a year I remember. Or was it 19? 19 or 18? It was actually 2018. It was April and May of 2018, and it was insane. I remember it well. The market would close and then he would tweet after hours. I was using Thinkorswim, and I was teaching some other guys how to trade options also. We were all using Thinkorswim. And yeah, that it would be crazy. We'd put on a position, then after hours, I'm used to it now. It doesn't seem weird nowadays, but at the time, somebody say, well, look at Tasty Trade. Futures are down 3% or something, and they were lots of nights. It was crazy. But anyway, so the green line is last time. This is 2018, and the point I'm talking about is right here on the chart. April and May, or March and April. March and April was absolutely insane. But then when it bottomed out, that was the bottom last time. Now it doesn't mean that this time, just because the chart looks the same, it's going to bottom again. But it is something interesting to look at. All right, so now let's really look at the market. Okay, so what do we have here? This is Qs. Qs in the pre-market are actually back down. Are you serious? Look at it. Looks like the close is 488.35, and they're showing an open of 480. You got to be kidding me! It was up just a second ago. Gosh darn it! I thought freaking Avgo was going to save the day. Anyway, it's 42 seconds till the opening bell, so we'll see. But that's got to be a wrong. Yeah, now the TV's behind. It's showing the market is open. The Qs are down a little bit, 10 bips, 12 bips. What the heck? All right, well, whatever. Let's look at the SPY. Yep, the SPY gap down too, visibly gap down. Well, nah, not a huge, but if you don't include the tail, there's a big gap. But there's even a little gap from the close to right now. But it looks like they just filled it. All right, well. So lots of times they always say that there's two things about Fridays. They say the low is never made on Friday. That's an old thing they've said in the market for years. And I think the reason for that is, and it's kind of something else they say, people don't want to go home long over the weekend when there's like a war going on in Europe, when there's like peak uncertainty in the world, like there has been the past couple of years. I mean, the uncertainties, higher than it's always been somewhat uncertain, but the uncertainty is even we're making uncertainty great again. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Make uncertainty great again. We're making volatility great again too. That's another thing. If you're in my Discord, I saw there's a great video called Making Volatility Great Again, and I posted it, and I want you guys to watch it. Trying to think where I posted it. Well, anyway, darn it. I thought it was maybe it was in polite political discussion. See, I even said polite political discussion. I'm trying to use, psychology on my guys. No, my guys are great. I'm trying to remind myself I'm the one that gets just as impolite as anybody. I can get fiery too, so it's whatever. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into that. I need to read that later. Bo sent something to me. Well, anyway, there was a good video last night. As soon as I figure out what it was, I'll post it. It's from Risk Reversal Media. What a great name for a media company, right? I mean, it's just a great name. Anyway, they had a guest on yesterday, and this guy, Danny Moses. I've never heard of him before. Don't know him. Don't really know his background, but he had some really interesting takes on stuff. Let me share this link with you guys. Anyway, they were talking about making volatility great. They talked a bunch about the. I thought this was a good interview, and I think some of the guys in my room like this interview also. So I'm going to share this with Discord. Then if you're here this morning, say hi so I can know you're here. If you don't mind. Hey Dan, what are you doing? I still haven't done that. I need to do Dan's portfolio. I'll do it this weekend. I'm gonna do like a 5-minute video for Dan with and answer his question right. He asked me a question and I didn't really answer it. I just kind of anyway. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. All right, Jeff. It's in the tariff section. Okay, I appreciate you, Jeff. So Jeff's somebody that's in my Discord, but I don't know anyone named Jeff, so he has a different name in YouTube than in Discord. But undoubtedly, you're one of the guys in Discord anyway. Yeah, I appreciate it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, Dan. All right. And Dan's called me Mike because I said you guys can call me Mike, just for people that don't know. If you want to. I mean, if you feel silly calling someone Max, that's not their real name, that's fine. My real name's Mike, but I answered either one. I think Max is kind of, somebody calls me Max, I know that I'm in, YouTube mode or something. When somebody calls me Mike, it's in personal mode. But yeah, I'm becoming friends with some of you guys on a personal basis. Some of you guys have my phone number and stuff, and that's fine. My name's Mike. That's fine. All right, Jeff. It's not the same. Okay. Oh, you are the same. Maybe I have so many people in Discord. Make a Discord great again. I just haven't noticed your name in Discord. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, there you are, Jeff947. Okay, well, whatever. I talk to you all the time. I got you. You're Jeff947. All right. My bad. I should have known. Anyway, well, Jeff, did you like the video? I mean, what did you think about the video? If you don't mind, put it in the comments real quick. I'm trying to waste times long enough so we can take a look at some of these option trades, and also so this market will rally. The first bar is green. I guess we could go down to a 5-minute chart. Let's go down to a 5-minute chart and see what we're looking at as far as on the volume profile. See where would we want to target by the end of the day if we were doing an option trade. And my theory is that they usually end the day. My theory is they usually end the day, or what I shouldn't say that. I target the areas where there's been a lot of prior action. So if I wanted to, so right now I gave a trade out a few days ago that targets the 583 area it was on the Qs, and it targeted the 503 area. Now let's see if that's still a thing. Unfortunately, the market slipped since then. So the 503 area is now up here, and it's probably more realistic by the end of the day that they might try to target the 495 area. But in any event, this is just on a short term, on a 5-minute chart. But this just shows you yesterday and today, where the volume's been, where it's. Well, what I'm really trying to determine is where's the market too high and where's it too low. Between the Bollinger Bands and the volume profile, the idea with volume profile and with Bollinger Bands for that matter is you want to play outside in. So the market's either too high or too low. And it's a mean reverting strategy. Generally, when you use this type of setup, generally you're trying to catch the reversion back to the mean. All right, so we haven't checked out IWM this morning. Let's check it out. Remember, this is just a 5-minute chart, so same thing. I mean, IWM has, the 206 area and the 208 area, or where I would be looking to target option trades for today, unless I thought it was going down. I mean, if it's going down, IWM's put in a couple of higher highs, but only on the 5-minute chart. So, but on the 30-minute chart, IWM has a higher high. So here's, IWM. Here's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on that they can hold yesterday's low. If they can't, it's not the end of the world. They're probably just going to test the day before's low. But if they can't hold that low, that could be bad. But all right, so NVIDIA's moving up. So NVIDIA's up slightly this morning. Bitcoin's down 1%, but Bitcoin has just been insane. I mean, look, I was watching this last night, and so were a bunch of you guys. That was a crazy sell-off after they announced the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. I had a good chart of it. I guess it's not on this one, but on this chart, let's try to hold this area. The other thing is, here's the big volume profile at 86,000 on this chart. That's mean. I mean, that's where, and it checked it last night. It checked mean. It got too high yesterday at 93. Boom, came down and checked mean. Well, that would have been a great trade. Short 93 and cover at mean. Or median or whatever. I get mean and median mixed up. All right, so but Bitcoin being firm, that should help NVIDIA. NVIDIA's firm, so NVDY's firm. It's up a little bit. USOY is up 1.2%. Now it's been pulling way back lately, but maybe it's time to buy the dip in USO. All right, so here's the first thing I see. The first problem I see with USO is they have this huge, or it could be an opportunity. They have this area up here where for some reason the market basically didn't trade because because of an overnight gap. So presumably there's people that wanted to get short up here that were not able to. Whenever they're able to again, like they were right here, whenever they get back in the gap area, the theory is lots of times they'll take the shot to get short. So I would be a lot more encouraged about USOY and USO whenever they were able to take this area back, maybe take the 73 area back and start trying to make their way back to mean or median or whatever it is, volume profile, whatever. It's mean, right? It's not median. It's mean. That's mean. I mean, median's a thing too, but anyway, I'm sure people in my room will tell me. We got a lot of smart people in my room. Jeff is a Ivy League educated, smart guy, and we have another guy in there who's actually a chemist and a scientist, and we got a lot of smart guys, engineers. We got a lot of smart guys. I appreciate you guys. All right. So what's the option trade going to be of the day? Or I guess we'll look at the buffer report first. Now it's not time to look at the buffer report. Let's see how the option trades that I've been talking about, how they've been going. All right. So let me go down to March 3rd. This is kind of when I started this coming on every day. I may have been on Friday also, but so this one expired. We'll start down. This one expires in 6 hours, and hopefully somebody did this one because this is a very sane one. It's very typical. It's like something I always talk about is the 3-leg risk reversal. So this trade right here sells a call spread. So that's bearish when you're selling a call spread. So it sells a call spread, makes money selling the call spread. So you can sell a call spread. A lot of people, you think you need stock to sell calls. No, you can sell calls on synthetics, which are options that act like stock, or you can sell options on other options. And sometimes I talk about, you've heard people talk about the poor man's covered call. Sometimes I talk about the crackhead covered call. I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but a homeless person covered call. That's probably even less appropriate. But I was trying to do something that's poor, a church mouse, the church mouse spread. You've heard the expression, he's poor as a church mouse. Well, you can do covered. My point is you can sell calls without owning the stock or even without owning the synthetic. You sell calls on another option. It's a covered option. Anyway, that's exactly what happened here. And it's the same. It's a similar thing as selling a covered call. You're monetizing the similar source of income. You're just securing it with different. So, but in any event, I love these trades. And this trade, if the market keeps dropping, this trade could be a big winner. Now, this trade's designed just to be what you're playing for the credit. You're hoping usually when you do these trades, it stays in the flat area, and you're just playing for the credit. It's just you have a little bonus if it gets that far. So anyway, I don't know what I would do if you guys put that one on. I'd probably leave it on until the end of the day because it's not going to lose any money. The market would have to go. Look back at this. Okay, you're at least going to get the $227 credit unless the market goes up more than 5.1%. The credit's safe. There's a chance that none of the market craters. I think it'll probably bounce today, but people won't want to go home short over the weekend. Well, but that's the thing. People won't want to go home short over the weekend, so maybe it won't bounce today. Anyway, this trade could be a really good trade. Keep that trade on. I'd keep that on till the close, but it's up to you guys. All right, so what else have we talked about? Okay. Now this wasn't in this thing, but when Bitcoin pulled way back, like remember last week when it pulled way back, we were talking in Discord about, and here's all kinds of different ideas on how to go long Bitcoin through IBIT. They're up anywhere from $30 to $90. The one that's up most, we'll just click on it, see what it is. It's a 3-leg risk reversal, a bullish 3-leg risk reversal. Okay. That's a decent trade. Now that one we did for a debit. That one was not a credit trade. We just did it for a debit. But then I showed the same trade. You can do the same trade for a credit. 3 calls by the 3-leg. Yeah, here's the same trade for a credit, right? Yeah, $104 credit. It's the same trade. But on this one, like I say, you're playing for the $100 on 500 is 20%. That's pretty good for a week's worth of work or a week's worth of speculation. So that's really what you're playing for. But if Bitcoin should go crazy, and Bitcoin can do it, and I don't know when this one expires. These all expire in 14 days. So if you did those, keep those on. Those are good trades. And if you haven't done those, maybe that's our trade. Maybe we should do it. That should be our trade of the morning. Maybe the dip's finally in Bitcoin. I don't know. All right. So going through some more trades. Bearish shot at earnings on Target. We got that. That turned out to be a good trade. It's just in the flat spot playing for the credit. So that one expires today. I was hoping Target. Well, what I was hoping on that is I wasn't hoping, but I was thinking maybe Target misses earnings, or maybe this is the week that the capitulation happens and they just sell the heck out of the market. So that's why I did that Target trade. It wasn't so much bearish on Target. It's also that I'm kind of bearish on the market. So that's how I chose the direction. Normally I would have chosen bullish and that would have been a loser. But just to kind of offset that, I did just to kind of offset that bearish trade. I also did one other trade this week in real life, real money. And I traded Target, this, and puts. Target, ON, and puts. Well, the ON trade's a loser. Let's see what I was trying to do. I was hoping for higher prices, aiming for the 50 area. Didn't work out. That happens. It looks like that trade's going to be a full loser, but the Target trade, going to be a winner. All right. So let's see. Morning show trades. SPY. Let's check out this SPY trade. I don't even remember what day I did this on, but this is obviously a trade that, okay, I do remember this trade. This target's kind of what I think is the next stop on the SPY if we don't bounce. And we've been looking at this area for a while. It's the 565 area. Well, let's get a longer chart. Let's get a daily chart. And let's do this. So this black line right here is the election gap. It's been filled. It's been gone through. If we get on the other side of that, boy, it's not good. But anyway, what I'm looking for is, see right there, this big area void of volume. That's the liquidity I think they're going for. That'd be the first spot they look for buyers, But if that fails, of course, then they could fall back into range at 542 or 516. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but right now the battle is at 563. If it goes there, that might be a good place to buy the dip. But hopefully it rallies. But well, I've been saying that for days, so we'll see. The being a Friday might hurt us because people really may not want to go home long on a Friday, because just in case something crazy happens, some kind of black swan, people may kind of square their position. So all right, who else here this morning? I was just checking on you. It's all the same. It's Jeff. I was just seeing if we got a new person here. It's just Jeff. Okay. All right. So we got Jeff, Dan, and whoever else. All right. So what's our option trade going to be of the? All right. First of all, let's look at the buffer report, but then be thinking, what do we need to? What's a trade we can put on for maybe for next week? Let's see if there's anything that looks good to you guys. I'm still thinking more dip buying NVIDIA, maybe an NVIDIA call for next week, but call spread or something. The target's higher prices on NVIDIA just because it's been so being down. But anyway, you guys let me know. All right, so I'm going to look here at this at the buffer report and see what's going on. Well, you guys are thinking about that. Supposed to do an index trade in the morning and a swing trade at night, but I can't really think of an index trade. The indexes are probably good here. I mean, we've already covered down to 565. If it does that, I have a trade covering that. I could play a bounce trade in the indexes, but I don't know. With it being I don't know. So maybe we'll do a swing trade or something. I'll listen to you guys. All right. Alti's down 2.2 and the average is down 1.6. Okay, well, it's early. That's the reverse of how it usually happens. Let me hit refresh. This darn Samsara is killing us. I had talked about doing a Samsara trade, and I don't believe. Well, I didn't do one in real life. I talked about making content on it. I don't think I did. All right. Well, that's killing us. Upstart doesn't look good either. Now, LFGY should look better because crypto's been relatively stronger than big tech. And sure enough, LFGY is flat where the average is down. So, yes, great news. Riot's up, operating view. Great news. Okay. That will work. GPTY. Okay, GPTY. So, look at this one. It's up 6 bips, and the average is up 5 bips. We'll take that. Marvell's hurting us. They had earnings, but Avgo's doing great. Great job, Avgo or Broadcom, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's look at the index buffer report. It's pretty early, but let's check it out. And the indexes aren't moving much, so it's probably not statistically significant, even what we are looking at. I mean, but at this early point, WDT is doing the best and T-SPY is doing the worst. But like I say, it's not significant. FEPI's looking good. And we would expect that because of Broadcom, right? Broadcom's in FEPI and GPTY. And A lot of stuff. Look at this old triple QI. What is triple QI and WDTE doing up at the same time more than the market? Well, anyway, that's good. I like to see that. Usually it's QDTE and XDTE, especially on an up day, and we know why that is. But I guess that maybe answers my question, because today's not an up day. Today the market opened pretty much where it closed, and that is a better situation for triple QI and WDTE compared to XDT and QDT. All right, so Alti, what are you doing to us? You're killing us down 2%. Come on, Alti. It's that darn one. It's that one stock that I forget what it was already, but it's because of one stock, basically. All right. Index. Let's look at the yield max buffer report. Let's see here. What is ARK doing? Are you kidding me? Is ARK really up 14%? You got to be kidding me. I always forget the freaking symbol of ARK. Is it RRK or A? 2 Ks, 2 Rs, or 2 As. I never can figure it out. Gosh darn it, you've got to be kidding me. I think, well, I guess I should just do a search. I mean, ARK funds, I figured out. What am I doing? ARK, now that's ARK Restaurants. Well, anyway, I stayed up really late last night. I was doing back test and I'm tired. There it is, ARKK. It's up 1.7%. So no, that was fake news. It's not up 14%, of course. Of course. Bitcoin's still hanging in there, up 1%. Here's a divergence I noticed yesterday, and I remember because I put the line on the chart. So they say Bitcoin, the risk on assets move together. So Bitcoin has been making higher highs on the daily time frame for a week or something. All right. So whereas our good buddy SPY has been doing the opposite. It's been made, you could even draw a line, doing out the opposite. So who's right, Bitcoin or SPY? So I tried to do a pairs trade last night, but it was the most ill-conceived, worst pairs trade. Just a second, somebody texted me. All right, I'll do that as soon as I get off the show. Okay, so what option trade? What should we talk? Is there any strategy that we could be taking advantage of today? Maybe we should just buy a call for the end of the day. Maybe it will bounce. I don't know. I don't have any idea. Hey, Mark, I appreciate you for being here. Okay, so here is that you guys didn't have any suggestions, and that's fine. So I'm the decider whenever you guys don't have suggestions. Let's do I don't know. Let's do an NVIDIA. I just don't want to do I just don't feel good about the indexes. Let's do a 3-leg on NVIDIA. Surely NVIDIA, there's no way NVIDIA is going to go down anymore from here, right? NVIDIA can't go down. I mean, is it even possible it goes down anymore? Surely they make a stand. It's under the 200-day, and I usually never fight the 200-day. Gosh, but that doesn't matter. It's just a rule of thumb. I think let's look for NVIDIA to, I was going to say revert to mean, but the mean's down here. But let's call for NVIDIA to revert to recent, where it's been trading recently, a recent higher, balance area, and it was trading at the 138 area for a while. Let's target 138 on NVIDIA. Maybe I could even do it by selling something, because the support should be here at 100. So maybe what we could do is we could sell something to the people that believe it's going to go back down here, fall back into fall back to the mean 89, sell something to these guys, and then use the proceeds to buy something that targets this area. I think that might be a good plan. So let's see if we can do anything. Now, something I like about NVIDIA is it has really super liquid options. So now let's go out a week. That may not be far enough, but okay. And I wanted to sell something to the guys at 100. This is where support should be. So I could do it. This is just to illustrate it. I could do this spread. The only problem with this spread is there's not enough incentive for me to do it. You only make $50 on $1,000 worth of risk. For me, that's not enough. But let's see if there's something else we can do. We could scoot it out maybe another week. If we really want to use the 90 and 100 deal, it's not going to work in that time frame. But I'm scooting it out another week. All right, so here's I just invented a new trade. I've never thought about this. We'll do this in a nearer expiration. Yeah, it's not looking. Let's try like this. We'll see how it does. Don't really do this trade. We're just paid for trading this trade. But what would stop a guy from selling a put spread, that goes out to the 28th, but then hedging it with the third leg part of the call, but using a more recent, a more recent expiration. You do this trade for $119 credit. We'll mess with this. I don't know. I mean, what you're really hoping for is the price to increase. If the price goes up, but if the price stays the same, you can make your credit. I've never even thought about this trade before. It's a calendarized 3-leg. So anyway, don't do it. It's probably not the best way to do it. I just never even thought about it. So we'll call this one a bullish swing with a 3-leg calendar. All right. You guys don't even want that trade, but just in case you want to study it, I'll put it in Discord. Sorry, that's not the best trade, but anyway. All right. So if you guys don't have questions, I'm going to get out of here, take this dog for a WALK. It's a beautiful day here in Austin, but I will do the live stream today at the end of the day. Anything you forgot to ask, we can talk about at the end of the day. Oh, I discovered some new stuff on TradeStation. Check this out. I would just look real quick. We'll talk about this at the end of the day. TradeStation now has options and option strategy, and there's some really good information in here. Just for fun, I did a 3-leg in the NASDAQ just to see how the software worked or whatever. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But it's great that we have all these tools nowadays. This will be good for teaching as well, because you can I can teach the Greeks with this. The yellow line is theta. Anyway, and so this will make good visual tools for me to teach the Greeks. Anyway, all right. Well, I was excited about that. That's the reason I was up so late. First of all, I was talking on Discord, and then I started doing this. Yeah, I'm tired. All right, guys. Like I say, in the absence of any questions, and after we check VIX, we should always check VIX. Sorry, I didn't show volatility this morning, but it looks like it is coming in, coming down. Okay, well, that's not a great sign. I mean, you guys see what we need on volatility. I mean, we need some relief. I mean, we do have a red bar, but we had a red bar back here too. So, you know, we definitely need some relief on volatility. That's something I'm going to be looking at. By the time volatility gives you the signal, and by the time this bar is, you know, is outside of this trend line, the market will have already made a large part of its move. I'm not saying you can just wait for the signal and then trade it and there's any kind of edge in it, but we'll kind of know that we're right about a bullish thesis whenever we break this trend line and, you know, get some momentum back towards mean. We want VIX to get back towards mean. VIX doesn't have volume, so we can't look at the volume profile, but we can look at the volume profile on an ETP like VXX, and, you know, 44 is mean. That's the area we would expect it to revert to. So, I mean, if you wanted to do a trade, we should have done a trade in this stock. I'm going to do one real quick just because we never do one in here. Let's do a trade in this stock. Let's go for next week. Let's do volatility going to 44 from where it's at now, and let's use VXX to express our opinion. Sorry if you guys wanted out of here and I just made an extra one, but you guys are excused if you want to. I don't care. Let's see, but let's do this. So we need a bearish. Yeah. We need to sell calls in the VXX. This trade may not work out. This is kind of a different instrument. Something like that. At a all right, where were we aiming for? 45 or something? 44? Sorry, this is taking a second. That might be a way to play the VIX reverting back to mean. It would have to drop from here down to about 45, and it would have to do it in a week. I mean, it probably will. This is going to be the morning. This is going to be the morning show trade for. This is going to be the morning show trade. Sorry, we had two morning show trades. We have the morning show swing trade, and then the morning show index trade. VIX is an index, and I wanted to do an index trade. So this is a way to play VIX reverting back to the mean. Now check this out. We could, instead of puts, we could switch everything to calls, but leave the strikes the same and do the same trade oftentimes for a credit. And we get a better credit. That's obviously what we're going to want to do. Now, the bid ask is messed up on these. When you go to Tasty Trade, you aren't going to be able to do this trade for $13 risk. You know, but in any event, we'd obviously rather do it for a credit. So I'm going to save this trade and then share this one. But like I say, you're going to have to fight for these. It's not a trade for beginners. You're going to have to fight for these fills because the trade may not work out. I'm going to go try it in my account, though. I'll let you know. Or I might try it in my account. I'm probably going to. All right. This time I'm really going to let you go unless there's another question. I appreciate each of you guys. Blackwater, what's up there? That's the index trade of the morning. So we've had a NVIDIA swing trade of the morning and an index trade of the morning. I'm a big bull in NVIDIA. I think it's gone too far. That's a decent way to express a bullish opinion in my estimation, that three-leg risk reversal. And the broken wing butterfly to the downside for a credit on VXX is not the worst way to express a bearish opinion on volatility. Well, guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Be here about 2:45, and we'll have a bunch of those option trades expiring at the end of the day, and we'll take a look and see how they did, and then we'll get ready for next week. We'll see if we have anything that we can put on for next week and kind of wrap up this week. All right, guys, I appreciate you all for being here, and you have a wonderful morning. I'll talk to you soon.